The journey of the iPad began in 2010 when Apple introduced something completely new, a device meant to sit between a phone and a laptop. It was a bold move, and no one really knew if people would want a big touchscreen just for media and web browsing. But the first iPad quickly proved there was space for it. Here is the short story. 2010, the first iPad. The first iPad featured a 9.7-inch display running on iPhone OS. It was perfect for watching movies, reading, or browsing in bed. Reviewers loved how smooth it felt, especially compared to netbooks at the time. But many also said it was just a big iPhone without real productivity tools. Still, it showed the world that touchscreens could replace keyboards for everyday tasks. But Apple wasn't stopping there. The next one would set the design standard for years. 2011 came the iPad 2. Only a year later, Apple released the iPad 2. Thinner, lighter, and twice as fast. The new cameras made FaceTime calls possible and gave people new ways to communicate. Suddenly, students could take video notes and families could connect visually across the world. Though some thought it wasn't a huge leap in daily use, just a smoother one. Then came the moment when screens became so sharp that going back felt impossible. 2012 to 2013, Mini and Air. The RedNet display changed how people saw tablets forever. Text became razor sharp, and watching videos felt cinematic. Apple also released the first iPad Mini, a smaller, more portable version that fit easily in one hand. It was ideal for travel, reading, or schoolwork. And in 2013, the iPad Air arrived. Thinner, lighter, yet powerful. It made carrying a full tablet feel effortless. However, some felt the Mini wasn't powerful enough, and others worried the Air might be too thin to be durable. Still, Apple had officially turned the iPad into a family of devices for different types of users. But the next iPad wasn't just thinner or lighter, it was aiming to replace your computer.
2015 iPad Pro. After iPad Air 2 came out in 2014, 2015 became a turning point. The iPad Pro arrived with a massive 12.9-inch screen, Apple Pencil, and smart keyboard support. It wasn't just for streaming anymore. Now it was targeting professionals. Artists could sketch directly on screen, designers could edit layouts, and even video editors began using it for fieldwork. But not everyone was convinced. Many said it was too big, too expensive, and not a full laptop replacement. Yet, for creative users, it opened a new era. And after that, Apple started bringing this power to everyone, especially students. 2017 to 2019, refinement and education. In the following years, Apple shifted its focus to education. The standard iPad became cheaper and gained Apple Pencil support, making it accessible to schools. Students could now handwrite notes, draw diagrams, or annotate documents directly. The performance also improved while keeping familiar simplicity. The only complaints were about non-laminated screens and old connectors, but for most users, it was finally a complete learning and entertainment tool without breaking the bank. But just when people thought the iPad had reached its limit, Apple gave it MacBook power. 2021 M1 iPad Pro. By 2021, Apple gave the iPad Pro the M1 chip, the same one used in MacBooks. This transformed performance. Suddenly, you could edit 4K video, run advanced design software, or multitask like a computer. The addition of Thunderbolt and USB-C ports made it even more capable. External drives, monitors, and accessories all worked smoothly. But some users felt it was overkill. They loved the power, but questioned why iPadOS still limited full desktop-level use. The hardware was ready for professional work, yet the software hadn't completely caught up. Then came the modern era, where the line between iPads and laptops almost disappeared. 2022-2025 the modern iPad era. Recent models pushed even further. Every new iPad now has USB-C, faster chips, and displays rivaling laptops like the MacBook Air M2 and MacBook Pro M3 in performance. You can connect them to monitors, use advanced keyboards, and switch between heavy apps just like on a laptop, which is why many users started questioning whether they even needed a MacBook anymore.
What about you? Do you prefer an iPad or laptop? Comment below to let us know. Make sure to subscribe, and if the video was useful, show us support by clicking on the like button.